What is up, Flash Nation? Welcome to my review for The Flash, Season 2, Episode 1. Holy crap. Oh, yeah, it's also Top 5 Moments. I usually forget that part, but holy crap, this was an amazing first episode back. Probably not as good as the pilot, but we'll talk about that. But, God, some loose ends got tied up from news from last season, like news for Season 2 and last season. We'll talk about that too. And all of this other crazy shit's going down. Setting up shit, for episodes 1 through 11 probably, and 1 through 23 of course. So let's go ahead and jump into my top 5 moments. So number 5, Barry went lone wolf. So some events happened at the end of Season 1 that led Barry to go lone wolf. Like, he's angry at himself because he didn't save the world. Ronnie did, and he doesn't think he deserves any fame, and he doesn't want to get the rest of his friends killed, so he went lone wolf. The episode 1 started out kind of dark with this. It gets lighter, of course, but it starts out dark, and I kind of like the tone of the start of the episode, although I like that it went, light again, but yeah, that was pretty cool to see. The Flash going lone wolf, to see how he operates by himself. It was just pretty cool to see. And my number 4 moment is Adam Smasher. So yeah, Adam Smasher shows up in the episode. He is from an alternate universe, as we get to see from Cisco seeing, using his vibe powers on accident to see that it looks like he's not from this universe. You also can kind of see, like, Zoom, I think. It looks like someone who's covered in lightning. I'll have to rewatch that or something, but don't quote me. That looks like Zoom he's talking to, but it looks like he's from a different universe. Or at least that's what his lines at the end before he left sounded like. So yeah, awesome. So my number 3 moment, following up on number 5, Ronnie is gone after he saved the day. Now, people probably think that Ronnie's dead, especially because we got to see like a new firestorm in one of the previews for Season 2. But I don't think he's dead. I think he's pulling a Castiel from Supernatural. You think he's dead, but he'll come back around the mid-season finale or a little bit after mid-season. I don't think Ronnie's dead. He's definitely still around somewhere. Maybe it's in a different universe, but he's not dead. He's just gone right now. But yeah, he pretty much helped save the city, or save the city as Barry sees it. That's why Barry didn't want to acknowledge any fame or anything like that. He didn't want fame. He didn't want the key to the city. He was mad at himself because everybody thinks that he saved it when it was really Ronnie. And that ties into the lone wolf thing. And yeah, we'll definitely be seeing Ronnie again. I 100% believe that. If there isn't a body, they're not dead. Always follow that. And my number 2 moment, coming out of nowhere, Harrison Wells leaves a living will on a video. A living will, that's kind of like, that doesn't make sense. He's dead, but it's a living will. Never mind. So yeah, it's a video will basically. And he confesses to killing Nora Allen, and that gets Henry Allen free from jail, which Henry then leaves the city, which made no sense to me, because why does he have to leave? Because he thinks he thinks he'll be a distraction because he's family, even though Barry has a whole other family that's not leaving. And they're not going to be a distraction. That makes no sense. He had no reason for leaving. But, I guess it'll be fleshed out on, like, episode 2 or 3 or somewhere around in there. I do think Henry is on the list to die this season, because in shows like this, family usually gets killed. I mean, come on. Or close friends or something. Take notes from Supernatural, again, and Arrow. They usually die. But it was completely out of nowhere for me, like Harrison Wells giving himself up. It really shows what I believed in Season 1, like when Harrison revealed himself to be Eobard Thawne. He doesn't truly hate this version of Barry. He hates future Barry, the Barry from where he came from, but he doesn't hate this kid who was Barry Allen, the Flash, the young Flash. And I guess he helped him out by giving himself up. Or he's trying to change the future, which could make sense. Like, maybe Henry didn't get released from prison in Harrison's timeline, so maybe him getting released from prison now will screw up the timeline in order to be able for him to come back in some way. It's interesting. I might make it, that might be my bonus video for this week. I'll talk about that more in depth We'll see, but it's interesting. And my number one moment, Jay Garrick introduces himself. In a funny way, too. They were just talking about how good the security was, and then he just walks in, and you just hear Cisco go, "Really?" And that cracked me up pretty good. So yeah, Jay Garrick looks completely awesome. He looks a little bit different from how I expected him to look. I don't know why, but I expected him to have like a flat top or some shit like that, but no, he's got this like wavy hair for some reason, I don't know. But yeah, he's being a creepy stalker guy at the beginning of the episode. You see him taking pictures of Barry and shit. And I'm just interested to see where he goes. Of course, we're probably going to see him as the Flash in the next episode, but we don't get to see him as the Flash in this episode. We just get to hear him say, "Your world is in danger." So yeah, I'm really excited to see more Jay Garrick, and he'll probably lead into seeing Zoom somehow, because he's, of course, probably chasing Zoom. So that's all really interesting. But let's go ahead and move into the review. So like I said, this episode was amazing. Not as good as the pilot, but how can you be as good as something that started the entire show? Like, if the pilot wasn't good, amazing even, then the show wouldn't have been made. So it's hard to top that, but this is still a 10. Like, with the pilot being like a 3,000 out of 10, like it is, this is a 10 out of 10, of course. It was a really good episode to bring the show back. It introduced Atom Smasher, who I don't think is dead, because we don't really get to see the dead body. Honestly, I think he'll absorb that radiation and come back somehow. It's a comic book show. No one really dies, unless you're Uncle Ben or Thomas and Martha Wayne. It tied up some loose ends with Henry Allen, Firestorm, Reverse Flash, Harrison Wells, and yeah, it was just overall cool. We got to see Jay Garrick and shit, just for a second, though. And I think it's going to be a great season, guys. It's going to be amazing. If The Flash Season 1 shows us anything, the show only gets better as it goes. So, the show is already in godly territory, and now it's just going to move into... Is there anything after godly? I mean, it could be a floating space baby who's watching over Earth. I don't know. So yeah, anyways, 10 out of 10. Fucking amazing. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it. Those 40 minutes flew by in no time. But anyways, guys, it's good to be back. I'm just saying, it's been a lot of months since a review for The Flash or Arrow, and I'm glad to be back. I'm glad it's back, and I hope you guys are glad to see me and it back. Let me know what you thought about this review and the episode in the comments below, and if you will excuse me, after I edit this video, I'm going to go play some MGO. Metal Gear Online. It's amazing too. Review coming for it probably. So yeah, peace.